go. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha, and today I'm going to show you my latest creation. It's a rainbow dream catcher. I don't know why I sang that. That's what we're gonna make today, okay? Okay, so for this project you're going to need some plastic canvas that is round, like this kind. Okay, can you see that? Focus. Round plastic canvas. I have been doing plastic canvas crafts for a while. It's one of the very first crafts I ever did. It's what got me into crafting. It was back in the early 90s when I was like 12. But the thing is that like now it's not really popular because, I don't know, when I think of plastic canvas nowadays, I think of, I don't know, something like this. I mean, it's okay. It's just kind of 90s. This is something that was given to me by the lady that taught me. My 6th grade teacher was the one that taught me how to do plastic canvas. She gave me this. It's got a pin on the back so you can like pin it to your shirt. I think I'm gonna wear it for this video. Why the heck not? So I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, you know, I'd love to do some plastic canvas, but all the patterns are just so like, no, tacky. Tacky is a good word. But then I came up with an idea. I was like, dream catchers are so popular right now, and I was like, I want to make a dream catcher, but I don't want mine to look like everybody else's. And it just came to me. I was like, what if I took the rounded plastic canvas and I could make that into a dream catcher? So I did. What you're gonna need for this project is some rounded plastic canvas. This is a small one, but you can get it in bigger ones. You're gonna need some yarn of your choice. I picked this really fun rainbowy one. And I also got some fun feathers that matched my yarn. And I also used some embroidery thread. And there's multiple color options there, of course. You also need some scissors and a yarn needle that I cannot find right now. A yarn needle, like a blunt tip yarn needle. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need to do for this project is you're gonna need to cut out the center of your round plastic canvas. And what you're going to do is you're going to count 5 squares from the outside. And no matter how big, well, I guess if it was really big, you would want to do more than this, but I've done a bigger one already once, and 5 squares from the outside to the inside is a pretty good amount. You don't want it to be too thick of a ring. So what I would recommend is you count 5 out, and then you cut the center out like so, and then make sure that all the little extra edges are cut off so that they're nice and smooth on the inside and nothing is pokey. And then you're going to take your yarn needle and you're going to thread it like so by folding it over the edge of the needle, and you're going to pinch it tight in your hands and slip it through the hole like so. Then you're going to start going through the hole, and you're gonna thread it through all the way to the end, and you're just gonna hold a little bit of yarn tightly at the edge, and you're going to start. And then I'm gonna go in a diagonal motion, and I'm gonna start threading in a diagonal stitch up and down, and you're gonna go around the yarn that you're holding in your hand, which will help secure it to the plastic canvas and keep it from falling out. So then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go around and around and around all the way until you're all the way through a line. Once you're all the way around one side, you'll have to flip around, and I like to take the yarn in the opposite direction, going on the inside loop, so that it's going in almost a chevron-y type shape. Then you're gonna go all the way around that. And you can see here that I've already gone around the edges one time on the outside edge, looping the yarn around the edge to cover it. And once you get to the outside, you're going to do the same thing. You're just gonna loop the yarn around the edge, usually 2 times per square, all the way around until it is covered up completely. In order to finish a yarn piece, whether it's at the end, which it probably won't be, you'll probably run out halfway through like I did, you'll just take your end of your yarn once you just have a few inches left, and you're gonna thread it underneath the existing stitching on the back side so that it won't be visible, and pull it through. And it generally does not come undone. I've never had a problem with it coming undone as long as you put it under some tight stitches. I recommend using the edge of the stitching because it is more secure, because it's tighter. Once all that is done, you're going to take some embroidery thread and you're going to find a spot to start. I would thread it under the yarn first so that the dangly edge is hidden. I would tie a little knot to get started so that it does not come loose, because it is not as, shall we say, sticky as the yarn. So then you're gonna just thread it. You're gonna kind of, if you wanna be real exact, I would count squares, or you can just kind of eyeball it like I did and just kind of go around the circle, finding different spots and just loop it around and pull it tight. Find a next spot, loop it around, pull it tight, that kind of thing. After all the way around the circle, you're gonna start looping the threads you've just threaded all the way around, again and again and again and again. And mine turned out kind of asymmetrical because I'm not very good at that part, but there are some other tutorials on YouTube that seem to do it better than I did. I don't know why. They are more capable than me at this part, but just kind of go around and around until you get a web, and then just find a spot to tie it off, and voila, you've got your webbed center. Once that part is complete, you're going to take some additional embroidery thread. I use the same color. You could use different colors, whatever you want, but you're going to take the part and you're going to find your spots that you're going to dangle your feathers from, and you're just going to loop the thread around and secure it nice and tight. Like I said, thread it through the yarn underneath so that the excess edge does not show dangling. It's just hidden underneath the yarn. I did 5 different strings because I just liked 5. So then I took some feathers and I just tied them onto the strings and used a little dab of hot glue. I forgot to mention that earlier in the necessary supplies. It wouldn't have to be hot glue. It could be another type of glue, or you could just tie a really good knot and it would probably be fine, but I would just suggest using a hot glue because it works really fast and it's really secure and it's not going anywhere. So once you've got all your feathers tied on, the last step is to tie a little thing to the top so that you can hang it off the wall. I used some more embroidery thread. I looped it through and where I started from the back, looped it forward, pushed it back down through the next hole, and then I had tied a little knot and then just turned the string around so that the knot would be hidden, and I just hot glued that down as well. And so you have a nice secure hanging thing. You have your dream catcher. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. It was a fun little project for me. The only thing I would maybe do differently on this particular is I feel like with this ombre yarn on such a small circle, I ended up with more bluish tones on one side and more oranges on the other. And I feel like if you did a bigger circle, it would maybe be a little more even to where it would be spread out instead of like more blue on one side and more yellow and pink on the other. But in the end, I'm still pretty happy with how this one turned out. And I feel like it's gonna look really cute, probably here either in my craft room. I already have one in my bedroom, fun peacock thing, and I hung it between 2 pieces of artwork that I did that talk about dreams, and I just really love the concept of it. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. It's just a little bit different than your typical dream catcher because it's with the plastic canvas and the yarn, and I feel like it just gives it so much more character. If you make one, let me know. You can send it to me on Twitter. You can follow me there. All the links are below. You can also check out my blog. And I hope you'll subscribe because I have lots of stuff planned for the next couple of months. I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.